Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing story, and I'll just read you the articles. Business Insider, DOJ veterans throw cold water on Trump claim about FBI DeSantis. NBC News, Trump claims he sent the Federal Bureau of Investigation to Florida to stop. Okay, officials say no such thing happened. Trump is playing them in the most amusing and hilarious manner. Okay, first of all, whether he did or whether he did not, you would never have found out. You're not going to find out what actually happened, because if it involved the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they're not going to tell you. So the funny thing is, he could have very well done that, and Democrats now want an investigation, which is really hilarious because now the Federal Bureau of Investigation said, well, there's no need to probe or inquire or investigate. Well, you know what? It never happened. So here, you look, and it's like Democrats are like, well, he unfairly helped DeSantis by preventing criminal activity. So Democrats are hilarious. They're all over the place. They're obsessed with Trump. The independent Trump claimed he used the Federal Bureau of Investigation to help DeSantis win, prompting calls for investigation. This is the Independent. Okay, Washington Post, Trump's wild claim about using the Federal Bureau of Investigation to stop 2018. Okay, this is hysteria with diminishing returns. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Watch my segment on Kari Lake prior to this one, and please share. We are at like 200, a little over 200, well, less than 200 now. Subs away from 200,000 subscribers. We're going to zoom past that very soon. Share the short on this channel. Republicans should thank God for Donald Trump. Okay, and I thank God. We should all thank God for the veterans of this country. Happy Veterans Day, everybody, and have a safe and wonderful weekend. And God bless you. If you're a veteran watching this channel, God bless you and thank you for everything that all the service and everything that you've done and the sacrifice for this country. This country owes you a debt of gratitude we could never repay. So thank you and God bless you. But ladies and gentlemen, NBC News, Trump claims he sent the Bureau to Florida. Yeah, so he's doing two things at once. He's kind of keeping DeSantis at bay, and DeSantis is not ready to overtake Trump. Trump is the number one, the only reason I'm voting Republican, and the only reason that millions of other Americans are voting. We had a great economy under Trump. Fact, for Democrats who talk about privilege, it's the height of privilege to not care about record low in unemployment, along with real wages up 1.1% in 2019. You had record highs in household median income in 2019. And you had a growing economy. Now we have real wages down 8.5%. We have inflation at 8 to 9%, with inflation much higher for food, energy, and rent, which is like what you need to live. And we had inflation at less than like around 2% in 2019. Okay? And so what's there not to like about Trump? Oh, he's mean. Who cares? Okay? Is he perfect? No. Is Biden perfect? Less than, not even close. Okay? Democrats will vote for people who are not even able to speak or communicate. They'll vote for a deceased person in Pennsylvania. It is a religion. Do you understand? There's no I told you so moment with Democrats. The economy, inflation, all terrible. Foreign policy is an absolute catastrophe. We're talking about potential annihilation. Okay? These people are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. They talk about climate and the emergency and crisis, and then they flood 200 million barrels of strategic petroleum reserves. I mean, you're talking about the most arrogant, duplicitous, disingenuous hypocrites you've ever seen in your life, but they don't care. They disown friends and family. Is there a Trump supporter that disowns friends? Very rarely. That's not the way Trump voters act. It's the way morally superior, highly educated, oftentimes wealthy liberal Democrats act. They disown friends and family, people. Okay? And so you're talking about a political, like a gigantic cult. It's a religion. It's not possible for them to have a friend or a family member that has a different viewpoint in politics, because when it's easy to debunk and refute the typical Democratic Party talking points. Trump and the Kremlin, well, that never happened. The economy is better under Trump. I mean, they have to concede certain points. The act of concession is a physical problem. It's a visceral issue for them. They cannot concede points when it comes to Trump. They think that Trump is the embodiment of criminality. They haven't found anything to indict him on. You can easily indict Joe and Hunter on those emails and the money flow. Okay? The Washington Post and factcheck.org and all these organizations can say, well, half true. And suspicion is an emotion. Okay? Just like, Elvis, suspicious minds. Suspicious minds. Suspicion is an emotion. Okay? That Democrats truly fear. They're petrified of suspicion leveled at them. They cannot handle Trump or Kari Lake or Blake Masters or DeSantis or anyone or any Trump Republican, Adam Laxalt, actually being suspicious of them. The propaganda is about emotion. It's not about information. That's why Democrats talk about information that misinforms while actively promoting a Steele dossier. The information that is misinformed the most is generally sent out by the Democratic Party, generally through media, oftentimes through government, a lot of times through government. You'd have to be a gullible, naive fool to believe the Democratic Party and media when it comes to Trump. Because if Trump is the epicenter and the embodiment of criminality, why hasn't he been indicted? He hasn't been indicted because he didn't commit a crime. That's the beautiful but sad for Democrats truth. He hasn't committed a crime. He is going to be the nominee. He's going to announce on the 15th, Tuesday. And what he's done for this country is an amazing thing. We now have a political party that's anti-war. Well, a populist Republican party. Now, as anti-interventionist as we're going to get, okay? The United States is still a superpower. So Trump is not a pacifist, but he's a million times better than the Lincoln Project. There is no left in the United States of America. You have morally superior socialists voting for or alongside the Lincoln Project. You have the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld people on the same political side as 25-year-old socialists. Think about that for a second. You have 25 and 26-year-old socialists or communists in the United States of America voting with 60 to 70-year-old Bush Republicans, Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld Republicans. This is the left in this country. There is no left. The Democrats, like Pac-Man, have just gobbled up the entire Green Party left. So you only see libertarians trying to ruin it for Republicans. You don't see Green Party anymore because Democrats have gobbled them up. So it's like there is no left. The point, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. What Trump has done is he's made it logical, rational, reasonable to distrust and to be suspicious of Democrats. And it's long overdue. They cheated Bernie Sanders in any form. I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I used to be the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. Long before Trump got on Twitter and started creating havoc on Twitter, the most vicious, vile, mean, despicable, nasty people were liberal Democrats trying to insult and demean and disparage Bernie Sanders supporters. I remember that. I'm still stuck in 2016. You're talking about a person who lives 2016 every day. Okay? But I enjoy that. I enjoy looking at the world through that prism because it actually gives you an accurate viewpoint. Democrats did cheat Bernie Sanders. Democrats did elevate Trump. Democrats then blamed another country for their failure in elevating Donald Trump, who then beat them, and then they did the same thing with MAGA Republicans this midterms. Democrats are not good at governing or even political strategy. They just have overwhelming advantages, so they can make a million different mistakes and still do okay. Trump Republicans don't have that luxury because you have the Lincoln Project, and then now you have people who still vote Republican who don't like Trump. Well, what don't you like about Trump? Oh, he's mean? You would have done better? Really? You think Peyton Manning would have won those AFC or you think the Colts would have won those AFC championship games against the Patriots if only Peyton Manning was benched? You think that Brady would have, or that the Patriots would have defeated the Giants those 2 times in the Super Bowl if only Brady was benched? No, that's not how you do things. It's basic logic. If you want to win, you go with Trump. Hit subscribe to this channel. I love DeSantis, but watch the short. Watch the short on this channel and share it everywhere, okay? You don't, thank God for Donald Trump, and you don't win without Donald Trump. Hit subscribe right now. What Trump did, talking about the Bureau was hilarious. Give me